Hey, good afternoon, Cottonwood Valley followers. It is Saturday, about 5 p.m., June 14th out here. Things are growing, things are doing good. A little more hopeful after the last video that came out showing you the crop update. Things are drying out. I'll tell you, it's overcast. We're gonna get some rain here, but we have about another 700 transplants to get in the ground today. In the next couple hours, Mom's coming out to ride the transplanter with me, but we got some King Arthur peppers. We have some lunchbox peppers, eggplants and okra, all of that going in today. Not gonna do a ton of filming just because we got a lot to get done in about 2 hours out here. We got some radishes pulled. We set up a roadside stand in my front yard back in town, so selling some radishes by the bunches there. Overall, it's been a really busy Saturday and have things really starting to grow. So this week there will be a little bit of produce available and a lot more next week. You know, there's the zucchinis growing, summer squashes. There's a big one, another couple big ones. So things are looking good in that front right now. There are some things still suffering out here, but we're gonna get the transplanter ready and head to the field. Okay, got the transplanter out here, getting stuff loaded on it. Back the King Arthur peppers, the eggplant, okra getting ready right here. Got the plugs so they'll come out of the trays, so we'll see what happens. Got the planter moved to 17-inch spacing. Cleaned out the water wheel today. Used to shop vac up in the tanks and got a lot of that scum where you saw me blowing out of the tank in the last planting video, but it's ready to go. So overall, we're ready to head to the field. Yep. Okay, everybody, we have, what have we done? 3 or 4 rows so far? 3 or 4 rows. We're getting ready to put eggplant in. Have you ever ate eggplant? I have. Okay, Mom's ate eggplant. I guarantee none of us have ever grown it. Have you?
I've never grown it. Put it in a little egg white wash and a little flour or cornmeal and
okay, so now there's cooking advice here, but time to get 1 row in and we'll check in a bit. Okay, just like that, we got about another 700 plants in tonight. You start to get in a routine with it and get it figured out. Everything tonight was on 17-inch spacing on the water wheel. So when you're not changing the spacing throughout, it goes pretty quick, but lots going on out here. There's gonna be a lot of progress and a lot of product in the next few weeks. Tomorrow after church, gonna come out and get the next few, probably the first zucchinis and squashes going, harvested. Probably gonna be at the farmer's market later this week with our first crop, but here's your spaghetti squashes starting. And I mean, man, they've really grown in the last 2 days out here, but for the first time all spring, we've had sunshine. The sun hasn't shined today, but we've had warm temperatures and it's been dry this week. And that's what it really needs out here. Just needs to dry out a little bit. I know it's funny to say, we were so worried about keeping things wet all year, but it's got to dry out, and we don't need any more 4-inch rains overnight type deal. But what do you think so far, Dad?
Well, it's looking really good. That, like I say, that getting their feet dried up a little bit certainly helps. Things starting to set on. It's the other part was hearing the bees buzzing around here today. Was with all these flowers and pollinating was really comforting.
Yeah. So this afternoon the camera won't pick it up, but if you were quiet standing out here in the cantaloupe section, you could just hear the hum of the bees out here. So that's it for Saturday. I'll add a little bit on later on in this clip with picking a few things tomorrow and Sunday to wrap up the video. Thanks for watching. Happy Sunday afternoon. Out here again, brought the buckets out. Time to do a little bit of harvest. You can see starting to get some zucchinis the right size to pick. We've been selling radishes at the house. We just set up a little table out there, and that's been going pretty well this weekend until we get enough product to really hit up the farmer's market and set up a roadside type stand. But today we're just gonna pick a little bit. It's pretty hot out here today. The breeze is blowing, so it's not too terrible when that's going on, and the sun's behind a cloud right now. But overall, it's a warm Sunday afternoon out here, really one of the warmest we've had of the year. So things are greening up a little bit. Some of the tomatoes that survived the rabbit damage are greening up a touch. Still not great news on the tomato front, but other things are ready to be picked, so let's get after it. Look at this one right here. That's a big one. Well, we picked about 9 or 10 zucchini, got the bucket there, but now we're moving on to the yellow summer squash. Got a whole row of them. Well, we just went down the row of zucchini and squash and picked about another 9 yellow squash. We got about that many zucchini, so these are going on the table outside my house for the next day or two until they get claimed. And we have a lot coming on, a lot in bloom, so we should have quite a bit more here in the next week. Okay, out here in the cucumber patch now and picking some. These are supposed to be my slicer cucumbers, and kind of a weird phenomenon going on with them, but I think it's from the rain. They've got all the girth on them, but none of the length going on. So I think I'm gonna pick them so that the flowers and the plants can spend the energy growing new ones that hopefully are the right size. I think that's just something from all the rain, probably the shock and all the moisture that caused that. So let's see how many of those we get collected in, and I'm sure they'll be good for pickles or something. They might be slightly deformed and small, but they still taste like a cucumber. Well, there you have it with just a quick picking. We got 3/4 of a bucket of zucchini and summer squash, half a bucket of small cucumbers. Those are going on the table outside my house. Then later this week, hopefully coming through, getting everything else harvested, and maybe attending the farmer's market this week, whether Wednesday night or Saturday morning. We'll see. It just kind of depends on what the produce gives us. So thanks for tuning along. Make sure you follow, like, and subscribe. Thanks.